In this video, the Forester is getting painted. As you can see, I've already started disassembling it because I forgot to film my intro. But well, let's go back in time a little bit. I'll show you the other footage first. I've got these yellow fog style lights that I want to install here. I'm going to do this first because I'm about to paint this bumper probably before I'm done with all the lighting. But before I paint it, I want to trim it, and before I trim it, I want to know where this sits. Probably fit two. Let's do that. Well, it's about 8 o'clock. I've been working on this car pretty much all day getting it ready, and it is ready. But before I Raptor it, I've got some paint here, just a Rust-Oleum. Closest color I could get to Sandy Taupe, the Toyota color that this is going to be painted in Raptor. I'm pretty much just going to go over all the panel gaps and a couple tight areas like door handle cutouts and stuff like that with this, so that if I miss it with the roller, which I probably will because it'll be too big to get in those tight areas, then at least there's not leftover old paint underneath. Should look fairly complete. Ultimately, not that fast. So let's do this and then Raptor it. So what we need to do, I need to empty that into my specialist paint mixing bucket. This is an awesome flavor, by the way, a really good bit of ice cream. You need to empty that into here. Then we pour 237 milliliters of the hardener. Can you tell this is an American product? 8 fluid ounces or 237 milliliters. Yeah, whatever. So we pour all this into there. 237 of this into this, which then goes into this. Then you shake it and get the rest of the excess out. Pour it into there. Then you add up to 10% of your color by volume. You have to use 2K solvent-based paint. You can't use water-based. And I've got a hardener for that as well, which is the slowest one, just to give me the most time. I don't think it will really matter that much because the bulk of the product is the Raptor. This is just for color. This will go into here up to the 40 mark. Pour it in. Put 20 of the hardener in. Swish it around. Pour it in. Mix it up. Paint the thing. I'll start with this one because it's the most munted looking. give that a good old mix. It looks pretty good. Let's paint the car. Let's do it. Literally all day later. I've basically done the entire left side of the car and pretty much exactly half of the roof to a point where 1 or 2 more coats. It's hard to divide this into coats because you sort of just constantly work your way around and apply, but we've got nearly full opacity of the color. I have only used 1 liter. I still have 3 to go, and I've nearly done half the car, which means I'll have more than enough to do the entire car with 1 4-liter kit. And in summary, that is why I like rolling this instead of spraying it, because you use so much less of it. You would probably need 2 4-liter kits to spray this car, at least. Some people use an entire 4-liter kit just to spray a bull bar because you'll lose so much. Rolling it, so much cheaper. Yes, it does take a bit more time, but you also don't need a spray booth. But the main reason is cost. I think I'm going to call it there. Because it's textured, you really only, like when you roll it across the surface, it only gets paint on like 25% of the area that you roll over. Imagine trying to cover a black plate with a salt shaker. Like, 10 minutes later, there's still going to be little bits where it's like a half-life almost. When you roll over 99.5, 99.75, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of takes infinity coats. I'm gonna pass out in a second, but I need to remove some masking tape off a couple key areas so that it doesn't rip in the morning. Mainly this bottom line and probably the door handles. Yeah, you definitely want to do this before it dries. I feel like I forgot to mention the wheels. I got new wheels. I'll do that in the morning. The following morning, I clearly didn't get any footage of the new wheels, so I'll just give you the headlines. They're Motegi MR139 15-inch wheels, 7 inches wide with a +15 offset. This gives them a nice flush fitment with the arches without being over the top. I've got the same all-terrain tires on them that I fitted in the first episode, which are the same outer diameter as the car's factory spec. You could go bigger for looks and a little extra clearance, but you start to lose power doing that, and this 2-liter boxer needs all the help it can get, so I kept things standard in that department. Seals for these window trims were pretty dry and they had a lot of paint on them from when I painted the car grey and didn't mask it very well. So I've got some new rubber from Bunnings, it's $5. It's pretty much the perfect size. Should be able to just spray silicone and fit it in there around. It's kind of not the most important seal on the car ever, really just to stop dirt getting into the silicone seal against the glass and eroding that. It's sort of more of just an extra barrier, but it's gonna look a lot more complete with it and I may as well replace it. $5, easy. I've got the housing painted up to an acceptable-ish standard, and our projector lens is ready to go in. So to install this in the kit, there's a few bits and pieces. Grab this silicone thingy, feed the wire through. On the back, we're just going to slide this plate over here, retainer ring. We put this on. This is our bulb retainer thingo. Not sure what it's actually called. Perfect! Bulb can go in. And this wire keeps the bulb in place. Just like that. Last on the list is this little 3D printed shroud I've made. This is printed in ASA, which is UV resistant. That's what we need inside this headlight. You can just glue it on. It just covers this bit of chrome and extra stuff I don't want to see on the finished product. Time to refinish this headlight. I'm doing it now that the lens is back on. It's just a lot easier to work with, you know, get fingerprints on the inside, anything like that. And most importantly, you don't get any overspray around the inside of the lens when you spray the outside. You'll notice this sanding dust or liquid is kind of a yellowy tinge. Once you get it to a more grayish white, you're pretty much good to go in terms of sealing or clear coating, whatever you want to do. Let's give it a dry, see if it looks even enough. Looks pretty even. Some stress fractures and stuff just because it's old. Not much we can do about that. It's not worth buying a new light for. Smoke the indicators with nightshade spray. I don't really love this product, to be honest, but I think it's still going to look better than the clear when these headlights are now black because I painted them. And if I'm really fussy about it down the track, then I can do something about it. The marathon paint session was worth it in the end, giving the Foz a completely transformed appearance and a nice even finish for well under 500 bucks and without a spray booth. Just an ice cream tub of Raptor Coat, some masking tape, and a couple of $4 rollers. I've got a few more mechanical improvements to make to this car, which will be coming up in the next video, followed by a trip into the mountains to see what the Foz can do off the road. I'll see you then.